my YouTube veteran unconventional conventionalists, and welcome to another Bad Girls Rant. Now, if you've been on YouTube for the past 2 days, judging by the title, you know exactly what this is about. Well, how does this affect me? Why am I talking about this? I'll tell you. It's because over the years, I've had a number of other YouTubers be really inspiring to me. But you see, there was one that came long before the others. Before Rick's Flicks, before Automespidel, before Jacksepticeye, there was Jenna Marbles. One of the main original pioneers of the YouTube platform. She was the original person who inspired me to start this channel that you're watching right now. I owe her a lot. Because I owe her a lot, I'm not just going to sit here silently while this is going on. I have stuff to say. Now, before I say them, there's something that I want to get out of the way. Racism is a problem. It exists. It's been a serious issue for centuries. Black Lives Matter movement has been a reoccurring thing within the past, I would say, 20 years. But this most recent one that happened last month and is still kind of going on now, it was a big one. I think it's the biggest version of the movement to date, at least from what I've observed. It is great. Black lives absolutely matter. And police brutality is a serious problem in the United States, and it does need to stop. When I speak about Jenna, I want to make it very clear that I support the Black Lives Matter movement 100%. Now let's talk about the issue at hand. Now, instead of recapping everything that Jenna has already said, I strongly advise that you go watch her video that she posted 2 days ago. I'll put a link right here. There you go. A lot of us have watched the video already, but if you haven't seen it already, I think it's very important that you go watch that before you listen to what I have to say, because a lot of the things I talk about are a direct response to what Jenna says in that video. But if you've already watched the video, let's continue. So yeah, there's a number of things that Jenna has been accused of. Shaming sex workers, that was one of the things. Another was racism against Asians. That was another thing. But it seems like the one part that's causing the biggest uproar, that people are having the largest issue about, is Jenna's very old video where she impersonated Nicki Minaj. And many people are saying that she utilized blackface for that video. That's not true. In 2010 and 2011, Jenna Marbles was working at a tanning salon. She had regular access to spray tan. And in a lot of her old videos, like very old, 2010, 2011, she has a dark skin tone because she is using those perks. She is getting frequent spray tans, so therefore she's very dark. She's very tan. Take a look at this. What you're watching right now is a very old video from her channel when she adopted her second dog, Kermit. Now, as you can see, her skin tone compared to her bleached hair, there's a very big contrast. That's because, at this point in time, Jenna was working at the tanning salon. And honestly, that wasn't the original video I wanted to use as an example. I remember there being an old video on her channel of Jenna wearing a lime green bikini. And I think the title of the video was What I Did in Cancun, or something along those lines. And I remember, yeah, she definitely had a spray tan in that video, and that would have been a much better example to use, but I looked on her channel, it's not there. She mentioned in her apology video that she set a lot of her old videos to private just out of fear of offending anybody, and I think she set that one to private because she didn't want people to be offended by her spray tan. Now let's compare Jenna's spray tan to what traditional blackface was recognized to be. In the early 21st century, white actors would do makeup like this in order to portray a very exaggerated and intentionally insulting depiction of an African American person. This right here, this is not what black people actually look like. This is an extreme exaggeration, and honestly, it's kind of unsettling to look at. Like, this guy's kind of creepy. I don't like looking at this for too long. I'll take it off the screen now. There we go, much better. So yeah, it's utilizing literal black makeup. Like, sometimes they even use shoe polish to get it that dark. And you know, when you say blackface, that's what I think of. Not somebody who does regular spray tans. So when Jenna says, "It was not my intention to do blackface," I believe her. That is just her regular spray tan. And in order to become Nicki Minaj, she just threw on a bright pink wig. However, even though I've established that Jenna's skin tone is due to her spray tan and not to an intentional blackface, I am not by any means saying that the video as a whole is okay and acceptable. It's not. This is a white woman pretending to be a black celebrity. That is not okay. That is not acceptable. That should not be on YouTube. But here's the thing. Jenna realized that was not okay and not acceptable a long time ago. The Nicki Minaj video has not been on Jenna's channel for a very long time. It hasn't been on her channel for at least 5 years. She set it to private a long time ago, long before she was called out in recent time. The reason why she was called out is because some people downloaded that video and re-uploaded it onto their own channels. So when Jenna decided that this is something that should not be on YouTube years ago, someone else decided, oh, she took the video down. Well, look, I conveniently downloaded it, so I'm gonna re-upload it. That kind of pisses me off, that somebody else would deliberately upload a controversial video that a YouTuber did after they've decided that they shouldn't have it on the channel anymore and had already taken it down. That's spiteful. Jenna Marbles is a human. She is mortal. She made mistakes. She had poor judgment. She realized that was poor judgment. She learned, she took action, she grew as a person, and she became better. And now here she is, publicly apologizing for things that she already took appropriate action for years ago, simply because she does not like the idea of offending people, and she genuinely feels like shit. And I'm gonna say it here and now, I forgive Jenna Marbles for her past mistakes. I forgive her. But the reality is, my forgiveness doesn't really mean that much because I'm a white woman. And the forgiveness that really matters is those from people of color. But to tell you something that I am qualified to speak on completely are her comical videos of how girls do this, how boys do this. Yeah, I'm a trans woman, and I've never had any issue with those videos. Matter of fact, those are some of my favorite videos from Jenna. Never at any point did I think that what girls do, what boys do series was offensive. Never ever. I will say this, as far as, you know, who forgives you and who doesn't. I feel like the people who really didn't know Jenna, who had just kind of like heard her name before over the years and knew she was a YouTuber, they're the ones that are not going to forgive her. They're the ones that think that all of this was intentional, that she's racist. But then there's us, the fans, who have followed her all of these years, who have watched her growth, have watched her development in real time. We all forgive her because we know she's genuine. We know how real she is. And I think as a human race, it is time that we start judging people by what they are today and not by the dumb, thoughtless mistakes that they made 10 years ago. We really need to start normalizing that, because going back to things that are this old and using them against people, famous people now, that is cancel culture. That is malicious activity. That is going out of your way just to find something, anything, to make someone else look bad. And that's all it is. Your intentions are bad. Your intentions are not to make them a better person, to help them improve. Your intention is to ruin them. And that's shitty. Cancel culture is run by shitty people. Don't you think there's people that we should really be worrying about? Like, oh, I don't know, the President of the United States? See, that man... Actually, you know what? I think calling him a man is giving him way too much credit. That giant toddler has proven to be one of the most irresponsible, selfish, racist, transphobic, homophobic, and outright stupid people in history. Donald Trump's racism challenges that of Andrew Jackson. Donald Trump is a 21st century Andrew Jackson. He is a 21st century Adolf Hitler. So don't you think that this giant toddler with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of power, who is directly responsible for the deaths of countless African Americans and Hispanics, don't you think somebody like that is a much bigger threat than some 33-year-old lady who makes videos about tie-dyeing her crocs? Come on. Wake up and realize who your true enemies are. I hope Jenna does come back. I really do. I hope that this is a temporary hiatus, because I enjoy her videos. I always have. She's very entertaining, very genuine, very real, very down to earth. And I'm gonna miss watching her videos every week. I really am. So I do hope, I understand that she needs to take a break, and I don't blame her. I definitely don't blame Jenna for just backing away from YouTube for a while. If it were me, I'd probably do the same thing. But I do hope she comes back, because Jenna is, and forever will be, my favorite hot mess. But for what it's worth, as if it's any consolation at all, Julian's channel is still active. Julian has been Jenna's boyfriend since 2013. They are a perfect match for each other. And his channel is primarily a comical cooking show. And it's very entertaining as well. And if you haven't already, I definitely recommend that you just subscribe to Julian's channel, because his videos are also enjoyable. And who knows, maybe Jenna will make some cameos in his videos. I think that'd be great. So, gonna link to his channel at the end of this video. So yeah, that's my feelings on the matter. That's how I feel about this. If my video makes you angry and you unsubscribe and want nothing to do with me, hey, that's valid. But I have thoughts, I have opinions, and I'm gonna speak out about that. That's what Bad Girl does. Bad Girl don't stay silent. Bad Girl don't live in fear. I'm always down to join the greater cause to stop racism and discrimination, but know who your real enemies are. Cancel culture has gotta stop. This has been Bad Girls Rants. I love you guys. Stay sexy. Keep on masturbating. Salute.